Happy Thursday. How we doing, bath time?
I'm very good, thank you, Mr. B. How are you?
I'm good, man. One more day. One more day.
One more day till Friday.
Yeah, one more day till Friday.
Have you got a game this weekend?
Yes, we got our first league game this week. Couple players short, but the squad's big, so the starting 11, I'll be happy with.
How
The
many's in your
subs.
squad? Like
I've
15?
got no. I've got a WhatsApp group of, it was 33, but I've spoken to 7 players. So it's down to 25, 26.
That's enormous, that squad.
It is, but history dictates that. I mean, this week, I know next week we've got 4 of the first teamers back. So it's up to these players to perform, and then I'll just have decisions to make for next week, to be fair.
Have they paid their subs in full?
Yep. Paid. Our subs are cheap, man. Our registration is only £30 for the year, and then £10 subs every time they play.
That's not bad, is it? Like, do you just keep the same kit every year?
Change it maybe every couple of years.
Yeah, you got a sponsor?
No, we haven't got a sponsor. Our 4th team have come in. They've got their own sponsor, so we're going to make them a club sponsor. But no, we haven't even got sponsors. We just do it. It just runs itself.
That's nice. Well, if anyone in chat's got a football team, talk to us about them. Yeah, I love hearing stuff like this, like how much it costs to do the training, what your subs are, like what kit equipment you're going down. Do people have fights about numbers, which has happened to us this season?
No, it's more. Ours is more to do with size.
There's always that guy who orders large, and you know what size he should be ordering.
Yeah, we've got quite a few who have become extra large over the last couple. So I've got a couple of extra large shirts in. But look, they're not arguing about. To be fair, they're not arguing about numbers. They're too old for all of that. A lot of them, it's the younger ones I find kind of want to stick with a specific number, but the older ones, maybe over 25s, really don't care.
We've got a couple of like 19-year-olds who have joined the team, and I feel really sorry for them because I always forget, right, that kind of generation that are sort of under 21, they went through COVID where they had 2 or 3 years taken from them, like compared to us. And I always forget that that's like one of the worst things that could happen to a 17-year-old, 16-year-old is those years taken away. But they're such a bunch of princesses.
Oh God!
Everything.
I think it's the generation. Bath time. I don't know, Gen Z or whatever it is, but yeah, man. In 20 years, this country's gonna have a bunch of softies, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Socrates said that like 3,500 years ago. But what is coming up in the next generation is the most boring generation of people I think I've ever experienced.
Right.
They're meant to be out of control. But they're meant to be wild and out of control and stuff. Really boring.
No, they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. Now, listen, look, it keeps them safe, I suppose. I'd rather my kids stay in the house than want to be going out. So swings and roundabouts, bath time.
I suppose so. We had neither as kids. They've got it easy now. Swings and roundabouts.
Oh, God. Right. Guys, let's say a couple of howdies. We are going to say, Solo. Welcome, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope Tenerife is doing you good. Stephanie, hello, my dear. I hope you're doing well. Matty Bassett, big up, man. Lucky Singh, I see a whole load. The earlier we post this show, the more you write. But big up, my friend. I hope you're doing well, man. Bart, happy birthday. Oh, is it your birthday today?
No.
What do you mean? Happy birthday. Yeah.
This is a sophisticated form of trolling from Bart. What he's trying to do is get everyone to say happy birthday to me, even though it's not my birthday. But I respect the play, Bart.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Mark Coram, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Andrew, I hope that mini car you're driving is serving you well. Simon Warner, we see you, man. Oh God, boy, what's up, man? What's going on? Don't worry, United will make it better for you Saturday evening, 5:30. Right, let's go. Bath time. Crystal Palace.
Alice.
Yeah, I used to think it was an easy game playing Crystal Palace, but they seem to cause us a lot of trouble in their little tight ground with the Sainsbury's in the back. Are we going to see an improvement this year? Do you feel that there will be an improvement?
I think it's a test, to be honest. And there's a couple of things that are going to be tested. It's 5:30 kickoff, right? It's
Yeah,
away at Selhurst. It's away at Selhurst Park. And for those of you who aren't from the UK or whatever, Selhurst Park's got quite a long history of being a Premier League ground because Wimbledon used to play there. If you remember David Beckham's halfway line goal, that was at Selhurst Park against Wimbledon. And it's a nasty cowshed, right? It's not a fun place to be. And Crystal Palace fans, in I'd say the last 10 years, have probably turned into one of the more vocal aspects of the Premier League. Like, do you remember the cheerleaders that they tried to get in years ago and stuff?
We have Selhurst Park.
Yeah. We had the Crystal Palace Eaglettes or something.
Oh my God, no.
But basically, that ground is one that you need to keep quiet. It's small, it's tight, it's an aggressive place. Obviously, you know, we saw what Cantona did there, just jumping in the crowd. And Palace are a team that have got a lot of people that can hurt us. Like Eddie Nketiah, I know you lot probably don't rate him. I rate him incredibly highly. He always worries me. You've got Esse, who, if our midfield isn't compact and tight, he's going to find that space and he's going to hurt us in that space. And then you got Mateta, like he plays like that. You know, in the Indiana Jones, he like removes a statue and this big bowling ball comes chasing after him. Like Mateta's like that. If he builds up steam, he's properly physical. He's strong. He's coming back with a gold medal from the Olympics, an enhanced reputation. Plus, it's a television game, and so people are going to be up for it more so than normal. Like this is one of Palace. This will be after Brighton. This will be one of Palace's biggest home games of the season, playing United on the telly. And United have got to manage all of this. They've got to manage the physicality of the Crystal players, the crowd, the occasion, and it's going to be a test for players like Ugarte, like De Ligt, like Xerxes, who haven't experienced this yet. Like a 5:30 away from home in dark London.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, the thing is, Mateta's come back. He had a good since the manager's come in. He's at a good vein of form, and he played all right in the Olympics. What tournament did they play? The Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics.
Yeah, he did okay. So maybe he will be the threat. But obviously, Ten Hag had his very short press conference today, so maybe there will be more in the embargoed version of it. But let me get a couple of bits up. So obviously, we know that from yesterday, if you guys watched the show, if you didn't, tut. Me and BATHTIME, we were discussing about Højlund and Mount being back. So Ten Hag just said it's very good news that they're back on the pitch. They are back in team training. We have to decide whether they are fit enough to start on Saturday, but it's very pleasing that they are back in the squad. He also said we have so many games in this block to cover, so I'm very, very happy. We have to make the final call. They did a couple of must be training sessions. We have to see how they recover tomorrow, and then they will make the final call. So obviously Ten Hag is a lot happier than he was last year when we played them. And it looks like we've got numbers back. We won't discuss about who we feel is going to be starting at BATHTIME, but obviously 2 extra players back into the squad. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm happy about that. We discussed it briefly last night about how I feel that competition is the lifeblood of any squad. And Mount has the number 7, 50, 60 million pound player. Højlund, if you can believe it, was a 70 million pound player. And I think, is he number 9 now?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's got
right?
a 9. Yeah.
So these players aren't coming to training for a picnic, you know, to go and have a shower with Luke Shaw. They're here to be like serious professionals. So them coming back, it allows us to do more tactically interesting stuff in training on the pitch and stuff. And even the little things, like Mount's a set piece taker. Like Hoyland, Bruno and Ahmad haven't been great with their set pieces this year. Does that put a little bit more pressure on them to perform? It's always a treat when we get players coming back into trainings. It decreases the chance of everyone else playing because there's another fit body, so you've got to do better. So I'm very, very pleased to see these guys back in training. And who knows, maybe we'll see Malacia and even Luke Shaw at some point in a tracksuit.
He said in a tracksuit. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get to the messages after we go through these press conference bits and duties. So this is the next one. Ten Hag on the importance of managing injury issues. Careful and top football. What? You always have to go to you always go to the boundaries. It's not avoidable, but when you have a full-size squad available, then it's easier to manage the load when you have circumstances like last season and there is a need to play. We have to overload them. Is that right? We have to overload. Maybe you should say, yeah. Oh, fair enough. That's what he said. We hope we can integrate them back in a very careful way. So again, bath time, we were saying maybe they're not rushing them back. Last year, we were probably forced to get them back in. Now, I think they've probably erred on the side of caution, maybe.
I would hope so. I mean, what he's saying here is that last season, because there was a lack of people in the squad, they knowingly overloaded the physical workload of the players. This year, they don't want to be doing that because the squad's bigger and there's more people that can play. Like Martial was in our squad last year, for example.
Jesus,
yeah. Like shout out to him at AFK Athens or wherever he's gone. But this is about managing the expectations of the squad, because you have to be careful with the players. You've got to set boundaries, as he said. Like, we've got all this expensive monitoring equipment to see their oxygen intake and all that kind of fun stuff. But we also need them to go out and play like dervishes, like on the pitch, and leave everything out there. So I'm hoping that Ten Hag is looking at the team now, trusting the majority of the squad. Like last season, he certainly didn't trust Ahmad. He doesn't appear to trust Amas yet, but there's a lot more players he can trust this year. So in some games, Kobe Mainoo's not going to play and someone he trusts can come in. Or like, Varane was someone he seemed a bit dodgy about last year, but now he's got De Ligt and Yoro to come in and things like that. So I'm hoping that this is a corner turned by Ten Hag about player selection, squad rotation and subs, to be honest.
I gotcha. We've got one more little one, which is this. Yes, this is the one. So Ten Hag on United's 4-0 defeat in May. It was 4-0, totally deserved, but Saturday will be different. I don't compare situations. From February onwards, we had to find 11 players to construct a team. Now it's in 18. Now we have 18 and we can pick one. Fucking fly. Maybe you can also, he says, maybe you can compare it with the FA Cup final. Don't compare it. The circumstances in that moment in the season from February on, we had to find every time 11 players who can construct a team, and now we have a different place. Hold on. So he said the same thing, really. Jesus Christ. I should have read that before I stuck that up there. But again, he's talking about I think he's going into the squad depth part of it now. And I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've got coming back and the choices that he may well have to make. Difficult choices, but it's much better than trying to shoehorn somebody into a position that like they've never played. Yeah.
That would be my big thing, is like left back, to be honest. But have we got any fun comments or anything?
Yes, let's get these comments up. I have started a few. Right. So, Andrew, Palace haven't clicked yet, but they will at some point. We just have to hope it's not against us. Simon Warner. I'm not sure what I should have done is done that. There you go. Simon Warner. We need a repeat performance after Saturday. After Tuesday night. Lucky Singh. Look, I am going to get one of yours up. You like our midfield. So glad we can bring Rasmus and Luke. We can bring, it's Rasmus, to be fair, Luke Shaw Luke Shaw's nowhere about, and Mount. But Eze doesn't look the same without Elise. Agree, disagree on that one, Bart?
I actually haven't seen much of Crystal Palace yet. My understanding is that they haven't played particularly well this season, but I'm worried that we're still one of the easiest teams to play in the Premier League.
Okay, hopefully that'll change in 6 games, maybe. Tyrone, Manchester United need to beat Palace. I'm sick of their fans piping up. Lucky Singh, I like our midfield. Casemiro, Agate. Wheatley's not a midfielder.
It's just listed players like Mazraoui, Delo. These aren't midfielders, Lucky.
Come on, man. We deserve better. I'm going to come back to your one once we've done Solo's 11 and we've got Solo's 11s up. Andrew, Plough Lane, then to Selhurst. Did they go back to Plough Lane after? Can't remember. Neither can I.
Me neither.
No idea. Stephanie, I went to see United at Selhurst Park in the Premier League, but not against Palace. Does anyone know who played there for a short period of time?
Wimbledon.
Oh, see, we know. We're already there. Tyrone, I watched Wharton play for Palace the other day and I wasn't impressed. I said they haven't clicked yet. Mitesh, welcome to the madness, my friend. Depends on if you want to sit back or retain the ball. Agate, Mount and Bruno don't hold on to the ball well. I didn't think Agate did that bad today.
We haven't seen that midfield play together, so like as individuals, I think that Ugarte does hold on to the ball. Bruno, he's been better this season. Mount, too little evidence to go off, but a midfield is components. So we'll see how those players might actually really enjoy playing with each other and so on. It's possible that it could work, but 117,000 people watching and 9 likes. You lazy bastards.
Did you hear that figure, guys? 117,000.
Yeah. We're massive.
Yeah. We would have, just like West Ham. West Ham.
So, and also shout out to Tyrone before I forget. I sent him my Lord of the Rings FIFA montage, and I doubt he's watched it, but it's there for you, Tyrone. Enjoy.
Oh, God. Tyrone, no swearing in the chat, please. Just send in the reply privately, yeah? The team. Obviously, we normally discuss. I send out look, you lot already know what the deal is with the Solo 11. So I'm actually going to get it up. I was quite impressed with what he's come up with this week.
Oh, boo for this.
Very, very predictable and very safe. Yes.
That's our strongest 11, isn't it?
But I actually think that's the strongest 11.
I mean, the two that stand out are Eriksen and Garnacho not being there. Like, I think Garnacho has to play.
Has to start?
I think so. I think he does. He's the future. Andrew. He's the future of our team, essentially, isn't he? And if you score 2 goals and make 2 assists, you start the next game, in my book. Eriksen, I would love to fit in. But I wonder if Eriksen, Bruno, Ugarte can play with each other, because I'm not over the moon with how Ugarte tackles. I think he sells himself too much.
Do you think it was a timing issue? The
yeah,
fact that he hasn't played and not say match fitness, because he looked quite fit, to be fair. But do you think it's more of a trying to get up to match speed sort of thing?
No, I think it's a technical weakness in his game, because it's very similar to what Casemiro has, where they don't slow down enough when they need to, so they're completely selling themselves. Casemiro slides, Ugarte fouls, and I think that he might pick up. He's going to get a yellow in this game. I'll bet my legs on it.
Yeah.
But look, it might just be that he was a bit excited. It's Barnsley. Why should he be playing against Barnsley? Let's just go and beat these guys up. Home crowd, refs not booking anyone. Lovely day out. But I think that from the stats I've seen at PSG, he fouls too often and too much in the wrong areas. And against a team like Palace, I might be being a bit unfair here, but I assume Palace are brilliant at set pieces. because most teams in the Premier League are, aren't they?
We're not.
No, well, scored two
You know,
against
to be
Southampton.
yeah, I'll take that back. You have to start somewhere.
I personally don't want Ugarte giving free kicks away as much as he was against who were they? Brentford, Brighton, Barnsley. I can't believe it. Barnsley in the Premier League. That was an advert from years ago. Barnsley. I think that we've got to be careful about him giving away free kicks. We've seen that Mainu has given away a lot of free kicks and is on 3 yellow cards, but they were all quite sensible fouls. Like they were like, we saw what happened to him against Liverpool. That didn't happen again because he jumped on the ball and handballed it. So good on Kobe. I'd still like Kobe to have a rest, but how many 90 minutes if Eriksen plays on Saturdays, that 3 90s in a week?
Yeah, 3 in a week. I don't think Eriksen starts the game. I'm not going to say he won't come on, but I think he's shown the position that he should be playing in the team, which will get the best out of him. And maybe Ten Hag didn't trust the people behind him to do that job before. So, maybe I can't see Bruno not playing. Yeah. I can't see Bruno not playing.
Or Rashford.
Or Rashford. To be fair, I mean, we'll discuss the 3 man, and I know there's a few people on there already who's saying that, But
I'd like to see Evans play, to be honest,
instead of
Martinez.
Well, Martinez didn't play in the week, so I think he thinks Martinez is his best defender. So Martinez is 100% playing. 100% playing. I think him, Kobe, Xerxes.
Bayinda.
Would you? I mean, obviously, we've got one in here from I think it was Andrew saying about why not give yeah, here we go. We're trusting Onana again. Why not give Bayinda another game? Would you?
Yeah, I mean that's not going to happen, but I would, and I'd also actually consider playing Casemiro and Ugarte together. It's an away game on the telly. I wouldn't mind to pinch this to be 1-0 at half time with a really sort of solid base. And when we've played ourselves into the game and we got control of it physically, then look at players like Mainu and Eriksen to come on.
So you would start Casemiro over Mainu?
Yeah. Maybe over Ugarte, actually, but I think
would you though, knowing how Casemiro's been playing in the deeper position. I wouldn't play him there. No, I'm going to say don't play him again for the rest of the season. But if Ugarte is fit, then I think it's Ugarte +1 plus Bruno.
Probably, yeah. It's only with Ugarte at the moment. It's an away game. He's not up to speed with the Premier League, etc. But I think that Casemiro's shown good quality when he's come back. I know they're not against great teams, but he made our only real open play goal against Southampton, and I thought he was good against Barnsley. But what I worry about is what happened against Newcastle away last year, where we got bullied in the first 15 minutes and we couldn't recover from it. And I worry that Kobe, Bruno, and Mainu is a team that can get bullied in the midfield physically. And we saw Kobe bullied by Southampton.
Yeah, I think that they really did they did a job on him. But again, I think players need rests, and 1 game a week would be perfect for him. So yeah. I'm not going to say I have no problem with Kobe playing. I'd rather Kobe play than Casemiro, but I understand why Casemiro. It's just a position, Bathtime. It's just a position that he plays in.
Yeah, I mean, I just worry that this team here is a bit lightweight. Onana's lightweight in terms of coming out and collecting crosses. Martinez is a lightweight. Anything in a wide area, anything in the air is going to get beaten. Ahmad, lightweight. Rashford, lightweight. Bruno, lightweight. Kobe is a lightweight. Ugarte, to be decided. So I think that if Palace, as I suspect, turn it into, they'll try and play football, but they'll also like have a bit of a fight with us. I don't know if there's enough physical presence in our team, especially at set pieces, to deal with all those big boys that they've got out there. Not to mention Eze whizzing about in between the lines. So you need good athletes to recover and close that distance.
You don't think Kobe? I don't know what.
Kobe's not a good athlete yet. He's a brilliant football player, but like Scholesy wasn't an athlete. Kobe doesn't have running power. He can't run 40, 50 yards and stay up with play. And his stamina isn't great because he's a teenager. Like, he's going to have to develop these things.
So that and that's what Brailsford's there with his extra 1%. I'm sure they'll work out something. Let me just go for a couple of these other messages. Where did I start from? It was Agile Beast. Where has he gone? Here we go. Agile Beast, welcome. Eriksen creativity is good. He set up Bruno's goal 2 seasons ago at Palace. Can Eriksen play 3 games in 3 days? 3 games in 8 days. That's what we were just asking just now. Simon, we're trusting Onana again. Why not give Bayinda the game? Andrew, I would also start Casemiro instead of Agate. I want his first league game he wants his first league game start to be at home. Rashford, Andrew's gone. Rashford at number 9, Garnacho left wing, Xerxes off the bench.
Okay.
So are we finding, Andrew? Is there a little change in the fact that Rashford wasn't your favourite, but you've got him in as a starter? Is he starting to warm your heart a bit? We deserve better. I'm not a fan of Martinez, really haven't been. So you would take, who would you play instead of Martinez there? We deserve better. Simon Warner, you put Onana in goal, we're going to concede again. Chat Sport said he'll play Eriksen. Instead of who? Let us know who you're going to play him instead of. Simon Warner, Eriksen will be on after an hour. And possibly Anthony. Anthony's not seeing no game time, man.
I think he might.
Do you? If we're winning, I think if we're winning, then he might. If we're losing, I don't think he comes on.
I don't know, because I rewatched the game yesterday, and it was actually really enjoyable instead of a chore like it normally is, to be honest. And if you think of the penalty that Anthony won, he was central. He was doing a central channel run to Rashford, who was at left, who was playing from right wing. So Rashford at right wing passes the ball, Anthony runs on, keeper takes him out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Anthony moved in to cover the space that Rashford had left when Rashford drifted out. You think of Rashford's goal, he received the ball out on the right wing from a long crossfield ball from Garnacho. Once again, Anthony was occupying the central area. I think that on the ball, Anthony wasn't great. I mean, okay, fair enough. He scored a penalty, but the other stuff he didn't do wasn't particularly impressive. But off the ball, I think that Anthony was really, really good in occupying the correct spaces to give Rashford, Casemiro and Garnacho the space that they needed. So I think that when you look back on that game, I think Ten Hag and Ruud and Hake and the rest of them will actually be quite pleased by Anthony's performance. And I think he might have played himself into contention, because I don't think that Xerxes is going to be seen as a right winger. I think that Anthony is number 2 right winger now. Rashford and Garnacho have to fight it out, and Xerxes has to fight it out for those 2 spots.
Xerxes fights it out with who? Højlund?
Højlund and Rashford, because I think Rashford has shown that he can play the false 9 now, or a variation of it.
Wow. Okay. That totally threw me. My brain was expecting you. So you feel that Xerxes now is rivaling who?
Rashford and Rasmus
as the 3 strikers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, Rashford's always going to play. It's whether he's going to be on the left or central. And personally, I know that this sounds a bit silly, and I know that OMONDI, shout out to OMONDI, wherever your adventure has taken you. Xerxes great, he makes our team play better, but Garnacho and Rashford have goals in them, and Xerxes doesn't at this point. So I think that Rashford is being probably the most reliable forward to score in our team at the moment, means that he might eventually be the starting choice for striker, and we've got to work out what to do with Xerxes, because Xerxes got to score goals.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it. He's coming as a striker. He hasn't come in as an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder. I get it. I get that. All right, let me go back to a couple of these messages. I don't know where we go. Where were we? Did you start? Oh, I didn't start any of these.
I started some when you were speaking.
Oh, right. Okay, go right. I got you. So we'll go from here. Palace away is always a tough fixture. If I've gone through this already, apologies. It's late. DK Wilson, Kobe, Bruno, and Mainu? ? Mark Coram, excellent team selection. These give their guys another big win, and obviously he's keeping his fingers crossed. Stephanie, no, it wasn't. No.
I start that one, surprisingly.
Lucky Singh is saying Eriksen's slow. He's not going to play against Crystal Palace. I am Titanium, a five-a-side of blonde players. We'll save that. We'll do that for one of the days.
International break.
Yeah,
Gingers versus blondes.
Yeah, our next international break. 70 Griffiths is saying Anana's slow motion diving is elite. Chat Sport, he's saying it's a Bruno swap with Mainu and Eriksen as number 10. Whatever our midfield trio and front three are, they both need to work as a unit. Keep Rashford on the wing. He cannot handle balls over the top. Okay. Let's have a look. There's every possibility that Mainu will play better alongside Ugarte. That was what I had in my head, but the physical side of it, I understand. We've got Zex will end up playing a totally different position. He's far too versatile to just be a striker. Yeah, but are we spending that much money on a gap filler?
If you can score goals, you don't need to be versatile. He just needs to score goals, DK. He's I think Andrew described him as neither fish nor fowl the other day. he needs to score goals in central areas.
Well, look, let's
Danish new.
Say again?
Is Danish new?
Oh yeah. Welcome, Danish. I like the fact that your screen is completely dark, which isn't a problem. But welcome, man. If this is your first message, why is it taking you so long? If you've just found us, that's even better. That's even better. We put the messages out and we talk. So spread the word, Danish. Well, welcome to the madness, and I hope there is a subscription and a like on your button pressing there. So look. Bath time. I want a score prediction. Actually, no. The last game we played them, do you have a list of the players that we that played?
This list.
Oh, you're an absolute ledge. Right, guys. So the last time we played Palace, the Palace team was Henderson, Klein, Anderson, Richard, Muniz, Wharton, Hughes, Mitchell, Elise, and Arteta.
Well, Eze and Mateta. Arteta wasn't playing for them.
Sorry, Eze and Mateta. Sorry. It's getting late half time. I told you, man. It's one more day. I'm on the countdown. Our team was Anana, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Evans, Dalot, Mainu, Eriksen, Anthony, Mount, Garnacho, and Højlund. Now, guaranteed that we know for a fact that team's not going to be starting. The team that we're putting out on Saturday, regardless of whether it's solos, whether it's the one that Anthony wants to put out. Bless you, man. Bless you, my friend. The team that Anthony wants to put out, the team that Lucky Singh has reeled off about 170 times. Um, I think we should be winning the game. I
Look
think
at
we
that
should.
bench, though.
Let's have a look. I didn't, to be fair. Let's have a look.
Binder and Heaton, 2 goalkeepers.
Jesus.
Oganai, who I'm not sure who is. Jackson, Amas, Amrabat, Collier, Ahmad Wheatley.
Did we have a chance, really? If you look at the first team, maybe ish. But
Casemiro and Evans,
that bench was never going to change us. I was saying, I said maybe, as in, I just saw names. I didn't quite work out positions that they were playing in, but that bench was never going to help us. So maybe it was a result that
4-0 is not acceptable.
No, I'm not saying that the result was the loss was predictable, not the scoreline. The 4-0 is never acceptable in any walk, or even at our level, bath time, you'd only be getting dicked 4-0. You know, so right, look, guys, with that, I want some score predictions going in. I wonder if there's going to be any negative nannies in the chat. Yeah, he was shocking. He really was. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully he won't have to be playing there again. So let's have some score predictions in. Let's kill some time. That music. There we go.
What's your score prediction whilst we wait?
Is it what I would take or what I want?
What you think is going to happen?
Oh, Jesus. 3-1. 3-1. I think we've got...
Not a clean sheet?
No. I don't think we keep a clean sheet. I'm not one for calling clean sheets because we've got an honour in goal.
He saved the penalty in the last Premier League match.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand he saved the penalty, but I want to see. There's parts of his game that I want to see improving before I'll be totally confident that we will get a 0. So I'll go 3-1. I think we will score. I think Palace will come out, and if they don't and they sit in, then it'll just be. I think it'll be wave after wave, and we'll be sitting down. We know who their danger men are. I think we've got this. Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 bath time.
It's a good test for Ugarte, isn't it, Eze?
It will be. It will be.
He's a nice between the lines player. I'd say that he's a quality Premier League player. Like, he's on the sort of the upper end of those kind of players. But if Ugarte is the player that we've been led to believe, I think I'm very interested to see how he does against him. And I think De Ligt is going to be. I think he's going to have one of his best days out ever playing against Mateta. Everything he wants. It's all going to be in front of him. Like, Mateta's a big bowling ball of a player, but he's not going to be like kicking you from behind or trying to run blindside. He's just coming at you like bumper cars. And De Ligt will love that. So I think, right, I'm being a bit delusional because I've convinced myself that we've turned the corner. I think this is going to be 3-0 to us.
Have they convinced you? Yeah.
Not really, but I've been really impressed with some of the football that I've seen against Southampton and against Barnsley. And as I said before, lucky break, before the international break, lucky. I know you put your score in the chat over 100 times. Okay?
So, well, don't worry, it's coming. We'll get to the scores. Could you?
Tetris, when them blocks are coming down, but with just lucky score. But I think that I've said this before, that after international break, Ten Hag does tend to get results, and we come back playing a bit better. So I'm going to delude myself into a 3-0. I think a Rashford double, and Anthony coming on as a sub. He scores, and it's just too much for him, and he just runs out of the stadium and runs all the way back to Manchester celebrating. Yeah, go on. I'm going to go for Rashford and Anthony, 3-0.
All right. Oh, Rashford. I said I'll take a Xerxes. Xerxes won. Rashford won. I want Rashford to score again. 100% want Rashford to score again. Xerxes needs the goal, whether it comes off his head or off his back. So, I mean, he has scored one already. It's just that he's missed ones that you hope that the chances, the positions that he was in, you were hoping more likely that he would score. So
Top
yeah,
Manchester United strikers, Premier League strikers, do not miss all of them chances that he's missed.
maybe he's not quite top, and he's only been with us for 2 months. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. The fact that he's
You
getting
said
in the
this about
position.
Rasmus, and then
Yeah, and then
like
he
he
got
was
injured. And then he
crying.
got injured.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not a proper goal scorer. He's not a goal
No,
scorer.
but you know what? I like techie players, and Xerxes got a lot of techers.
I like
And
players that score goals.
Yeah, well, look, as I said, they will come. I'm convinced they will come. But look, let's get these scores in before Lucky Singh bloody blocks up StreamYard with all of these messages. Chat Sport has gone 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But no, it's good. It's good. He's not tempered yet. He hasn't been swayed. Ooh, Mark Crom's gone 4-0. Simon Warner has gone 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky Singh has gone 4-2. It's funny. The games were always like low before it was 2. Now people are scoring 4. It might not be, that positive, but we'll see. Stephanie's gone 2-0 United. DK Wilson's gone 2-1 United. Andrew Williams has gone 2-2. Tyrone's gone 4-2. We Deserve Better's gone 3-0. If Garnacho starts, we win 2. Chat Sports saying if Garnacho starts, we win 2-1. Danish has gone 2-1. Garnacho winner. Steph said if we score first, we win. Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. We know we make a mistake, so he's gone 3-2. Simon Warner's asking, does Maguire get a look in at all? I don't think so. But that's life, innit? And this one, Tyrone. Anthony's the most skillful wide man. Tyrone? Yeah, look, I'm not even going to read that. You lot can read that and make up your... Actually, I'm going to read it. Anthony's the most skillful wide man Man United have had since Nani. He just needs to regain some confidence.
Skillful at what? Well,
Yeah.
It's not football.
I was wondering. So that's a really... Normally you talk sense, Tyrone. Maybe you've been waxed on your head. I don't know. Agile Beast, sorry, is gone 3.
It's here. You've been disowned from the Williams clan.
Oh my god, let me get these back out here. Skillful, there you go. Skillful, that's spinning. Wow, crazy.
What other scores did we have before I interrupted you? Sorry.
Let's have a look. Did we have any more? Didn't I go through all of them? Hold on.
Agile had one.
3-0 Agile had. Did I not get that one? Here we go. 3-0 Agile B. Stephanie, thank you very much for that one. Sorry guys, my brother's been messing about. Oh right, there you go. That must be it.
Is this true, Tyrone? Is this just desperation to get back with Andrew and the rest of them?
No dinner for Tyrone. He's looking for something to eat now on Sunday.
I hope you're smacking him about.
It's gone 1-0. I'm titanium. Well, look, we had a couple of draws, no losses, which means that I think confidence is building. I just want us to win this game. Bath time. I think this one, not. I mean, all games are important to win, but I feel for the momentum that we feel as a club that we progressed with. If we can keep another clean sheet, I think that would be great. I don't mean it being 0-0. I just think that if we could, if we keep the clean sheet and score a couple, then I think that really sets it up well for Europa, and when we've got Tottenham and Villa coming up as well. So
tough games.
Yeah, those are, we've got bigger tests to come, but hopefully the confidence is building in the team now.
Well, what I want, Mr. B, is I always have a little chuckle to myself because the scores are always 5-1 and 4-1, and nothing wrong with that. We're optimistic and a little bit deluded and so on. But we haven't scored over 60 goals in the Premier League for three seasons. What I need is goals, right? I don't care about clean sheets, obviously extremely important and all this stuff. but we need goals against Palace. We've got to get this team into the groove of scoring goals. We've got 10 in 2 games. Let's make that 13 or 14 in 3 games, and then we can say, like, we've got a pattern of behaviour here. We've gone out and we put 3 or 4 past, everyone that we played for the last couple of weeks or since international break. So I don't mind if we concede 1 goal, let's say, but I want 3. Yeah, 3 is what I want. And our players, like Garnacho is in the top 10 young players in the world. Rashford's paid a hell of a lot of money. Xerxes is the second coming of Ronaldinho, according to Omondi. Amad Diallo is the best player since Messi, according to this chat. Like, let's go out there and score some goals. Play with arrogance and pride and score goals.
Swagger.
And but the thing is, if they go out, and I think it might have been Steph or it could have been Simon, said if they score first, this is what I worry about, because we don't have the goals or the character in the team of the last 3 years to come back. So,
would it be better, Bath? Would you prefer, we go 1-0 down, and then we show the character? I don't want to go 2-0 down because my heart couldn't take that. But we go 1-0 down, and then we show the resilience to come back, or would you rather we went out there and just smack them straight from the off? I mean, what you're saying, long term, I think it will probably serve the team well to go behind, but as long as we win, But
the choice is we win 3-0 comfortably, or we win 3-1 and we go 1-0 down.
I'll take the 3-1 and go 1-0 down.
I think everyone would. Yeah, because we're learning about this team now. Like, there's loads of new players in it. There's a new way of passing, like false nines and all this. And I think it would do them a lot of good, because I still look back on that Ollie away run of when we went goals down away from home. I wasn't that bothered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were confident that, why? As much as Ollie, we created chances under Ollie.
It was the McFred creative passing midfield.
Oh, fuck off.
But they did.
No, they're gone. They're history. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is we can win 3-0 with character, because, for example, De Ligt showed tremendous character against Southampton. He was like playing like Jackie Chan in the back and like Jaws up front, and he's a United player. Mazraoui looks to me to have played with character of a Manchester United player so far. So
yeah, I like it.
There's a couple there, but the thing is, Xerxes, Rashford, Garnacho as a front 3, I don't think that they've demonstrated the character. I don't think Ahmad's demonstrated the character yet to fight their way back into a game. So that's what I kind of want to see from our team, is goals, and I want to be able to trust them, because I still don't trust the manager or the team. But I'm getting there after 10 goals in 2 games.
Good. That's it. We're all feeling the love. Stephanie's gone. Winning by 2 goals is a minimum, is a must from now on. No squeaky bums, and build on a positive goal difference. I think that's. I would like that.
Do you know what our goal difference is?
Are we still 0? We plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still 0, but it's all right. It'll come. Let's hope so. Simon saying we could go 4-4-5 with a win if the results on the other way goes the other way. Look, I don't care about the results. We've got even points total that we need. It would be nice to look up the table, but to be fair, until you're 10 games in, I don't really look at the table, to be fair. Andrew, you got to run. So do we. We'll be right behind you in a couple of minutes, to be fair. So don't worry.
I missed his joke.
Did I? Could you get it up, please?
So he says, nice to hear some positivity for a change. All we get is doom and gloom with Yabba.
It's do we indeed, Mr. Half Full boy.
He said that Xerxes was as good as Ronaldinho when we signed him.
I know. I know, and we put the show out as well. We didn't put it
Yeah.
down, so you know, look, I'm sure he said a lot worse, and probably not much worse than that, to be fair. But you know, hopefully we're back tomorrow to defend himself. But bath time, is there anything else that you want to discuss before we leave?
Not really. I'm afraid we're going to have to disappoint the 1.3 million people watching because it's Lord of the Rings time. But we've got a good show, haven't we, tomorrow?
Yes, we have. Stay tuned. We are going to have a discussion show up tomorrow.
Stefan will be on.
Yes, and we're hoping to get somebody else on as well. It's not going to be anybody famous, so don't shit your pants thinking we've pulled one.
No, he's lying. We've got Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Robert De Niro coming on to talk about rest defences.
Jesus Christ, guys! I know you don't believe that.
Don't believe it. It's happening. Tell everyone. All 1 million of you watching, tell everyone Taylor Swift is on the Manchester United agenda tomorrow night, and he's really going to stick it to Onana.
There you go. There you go. Guys, with Taylor Swift sticking to Onana, it's like a notch.
Like a notch.